Hello and welcome to Opening Bars. Billy Joel is an American singer-songwriter and is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, with over 150 million records sold worldwide. He has also earned the nickname Piano Man after, well, you guessed it, one of his best-known hits of the same name. The story goes that this song was inspired by his experience and notably by the people he met while working briefly as a lounge pianist at the Executive Room Piano Bar in Los Angeles. Piano Man was selected as one of 25 sound recordings in 2015 to be preserved by the Library of Congress National Recording Registry for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. This song is, surprisingly however, very unsophisticated, a polka-esque waltz with a repetitive structure and generally uninteresting sing-along styled melody. Even Billy Joel himself once confided to Howard Stern in 2014, "I think it's a decent song. It doesn't change too much. When they play it on the piano as an instrumental, it gets really boring, because it's the same thing over and over and over." I think that it's really the alteration of textures and timbres that really give the piece extra musical life, notably the addition of the harmonica, accordion, and mandolin. It's the first two bars of music that we will primarily look at here. The material is heard nowhere else in this piece. It's a throwaway, a kind of improvisationary flippance, and yet it is today one of the most widely recognized two bars of popular music. Let's begin by looking at these magical two measures. We're going to use the treble and bass clefs here, no key signature, and a time signature of 4/4. This time measurement is designed solely for notational purposes, as we already know that these two measures are meant to be played rather freely, and the song itself is in 3/4 time. The left hand begins with a closely knit 4-note chord, a D minor, with an added minor seventh, to make a full D minor 7 chord. In the next measure, the ranks are pulled even tighter, a series of minor thirds stacked upon each other, a D to F, F to A flat, and A flat to B natural. This arrangement is a fully diminished chord built upon D. The right hand flourishes begin with an A minor 7 run, initiated by a little G sharp that almost sounds like a grace note, and ends with a descending chromatic line ending on C5. If you were to play this with a damper pedal, you would have what sounds like an A minor 7 chord stacked upon a D minor chord. This would be a D minor 11. The A is shared with D minor, the C is the 7th, the E is the 9th, and the G is the 11th. You could also think of it as a C major chord stacked upon a D minor chord. Because the run happens so fast, and I don't think one should use the damper pedal here, I'll stick with the D minor 7 label. In the next bar, the right hand looks complicated, but break it down into its component parts, and it quickly becomes more accessible. Try this exercise. Play it in strict rhythm first, at half speed, to get the idea of it. You can begin with 1 full beat of rest, then 2 triplet eighths. Let's skip the grace notes for now. An eighth and 2/16, finishing on beat 4 with that 16th and dotted eighth. Let's play just that whole line slowly. Do that a number of times before building up to a reasonable but not performance speed. Now go back at half speed and add the grace notes, again repeating a number of times to build that rhythmic muscle memory, and then again slowly build up to speed. Once you have done this, go ahead and play something else, and then come back and repeat this entire exercise again, right from the beginning. Do not expect that you will get this after 1 minute of casual study. Break it down and really study it, and rehearse it, again and again. Okay, just a quick word about the rest of the song. It doesn't have many parts. I've supplied the basic chord structure here. It's a waltz, so play the left-hand notes indicated and supply basic triads directly on beats 2 and 3, and you will have everything you need for the verses and chorus. The last 4 bars of the primary section are written out for you: a quarter note, 4 eighth note pattern, culminating in that cliche 4-1-6-2 under a C pedal to 1, which is C major. There is also a slight harmonic deviation used for the la 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 bridge and the short solo, which sounds like this. That's it. Except for a couple of small transition pieces based on the same material, that's the whole song. In the last number of years, Billy Joel, like many aging singers, has started to play and sing his songs in lower keys. Of course, we should always take the opportunity to practice playing in different keys, especially ones with a simple harmonic progression such as this. It might be an interesting exercise to write it out in Nashville notation. Here, each number represents the scale degree and the chord which is built upon it. So, on the C major scale, 1 would be the C major chord, 2 is D minor, 3 is E minor, 4 is F major, 5 is G major, 6 is A minor, and 7 would be B diminished. The slash chord will indicate which number of the scale degree is the bass note, so a /5 in C would be a G. So for Piano Man, we'd have a 1, 5/7, 4/6, 1/5, 4, 1/3, a 2 capital M, which would be 2 major, with the added 7th, and then 5, then back to 1, 5/7, 4/6, 1/5, 4, 4/5, and then 1. If we now wanted to realize the same chart on the B-flat major scale, we'd play and hear this. I hope you enjoyed your lesson today. Remember, don't just play notes. Make music. Until next time, thanks for listening.